This video will expose the biggest Bruce Lee lie on the internet. 30 million views, shared by thousands, believed by millions. A story about Bruce Lee humbling a 240-pound bodybuilder in 7 seconds at Muscle Beach. Here's the problem. None of it is real. Not the woman, not the beach, not the date. I have proof, and by the end of this video, you'll never fall for fake Bruce Lee stories again. Let me show you exactly how this lie was built and why the real Bruce Lee is far more impressive than any myth. Muscle Beach, Santa Monica, July 14, 1973. Here's what they claim happened. According to the viral story, July 14, 1973, Muscle Beach, California. Bruce Lee, 140 pounds, is meditating near the parallel bars. Then Diana, the Amazon Morrison, approaches. 6 feet tall, 240 pounds of muscle, a future Miss Olympia champion. She looks down at him and laughs. "You're Bruce Lee, the movie guy? You're tiny. My boyfriend's bigger than you." The crowd gathers. Bodybuilders stop lifting. Arnold Schwarzenegger allegedly training nearby. Bruce opens his eyes, smiles. Diana crosses her massive arms. "I could bench press you for warm-up sets." Bruce makes an offer. "If you can touch me anywhere on my body in 7 seconds, you win. I'll admit you're right." Diana grins. "Easy. Somebody time this." Dan Inosanto checks his watch. The crowd presses closer. 3, 2, 1, go. For 7 seconds, Diana lunges, grabs, sweeps, spins. Bruce flows like water. Shifts 3 inches, drops 2 inches. Untouchable. Every movement anticipated, every attack evaded. 7 seconds. Time's up. Diana drops to her knees, not from exhaustion, from realization. She looks up, humbled, transformed. Bruce extends his hand, helps her up. He teaches her about leverage, timing, intelligence over brute strength. She bows, apologizes. "I was ignorant. I judged you by your size." Years later, she writes a chapter in her autobiography, "The Day I Learned That Big Isn't Best." She credits Bruce Lee with changing her entire philosophy. Beautiful story, inspirational, perfectly structured. Just one problem. I have proof it never happened. Let me show you. Let's destroy this myth with facts, fast. Fact number 1. Diana Morrison doesn't exist. I searched every bodybuilding database, every Miss Olympia record, every female strength athlete archive from the 1970s. 0 results. No Diana Morrison, no Amazon, no autobiography titled "The Day I Learned That Big Isn't Best." She never existed. Fact number 2. Miss Olympia didn't exist in 1973. The first Miss Olympia competition, 1980, 7 years after this alleged encounter. Winner, Rachel McClish. In 1973, there was no future Miss Olympia champion. The competition literally didn't exist yet. Fact number 3. Bruce Lee died 6 days later, July 20th, 1973. Bruce Lee passed away in Hong Kong. This life-changing encounter at Muscle Beach allegedly happened July 14th, 6 days before his death. No photographs, no newspaper articles, no eyewitness accounts documented at the time. Nothing. Fact number 4. Bruce wasn't at Muscle Beach. July 1973, Bruce was in Hong Kong finishing post-production on Enter the Dragon. He'd collapsed in May from exhaustion during dubbing sessions. He was dealing with severe back pain and mounting pressure. Muscle Beach in California? Not on his schedule, not in any biography, not in any timeline. Fact number 5. His closest friends never mentioned it. Dan Inosanto, Bruce's best friend and training partner, never told this story, Not in his books, not in interviews, not in seminars. Linda Lee Cadley, Bruce's widow, never confirmed it. The Bruce Lee Foundation, the official organization preserving his legacy, never authenticated it. 5 facts, 5 reasons this is 100% fiction. But here's what bothers me most: the pattern of fake Bruce Lee stories. This myth follows a formula that's become common in viral content. Hyper-specific details, exact date, time, smells, bystanders. Giant opponent, female bodybuilder, sumo wrestler, biker gang. Instant domination, 7 seconds, no contact needed. Tearful transformation, opponent becomes lifelong student. Moral message, size doesn't matter, be like water. These stories are designed to go viral, structured like movie scenes, heroes and villains, clear morals. But they're not history, they're fiction. Reddit martial arts communities have debunked this repeatedly. Historians have called it fabricated. The Bruce Lee Foundation has never verified it. And here's what frustrates me. Bruce Lee's real achievements are incredible enough. He doesn't need fake stories. He revolutionized martial arts, broke racial barriers in Hollywood, created Jeet Kune Do, trained champions, inspired millions. Why invent beach confrontations that never happened when the truth is already legendary? Now let's talk science. Could a 140-pound man evade a 240-pound woman for 7 seconds? Yes, speed beats size in pure evasion scenarios. This part is real. Could he do it with supernatural precision, moving 3 inches while simultaneously teaching a physics lesson? No. Real evasion is messy. You move, you create distance, you back up, you circle. You don't stand perfectly still making millimeter adjustments. The principles are real. Bruce Lee did understand leverage, timing, and reading body mechanics. He studied physics obsessively, trained daily. The be like water philosophy? Real, core to Jeet Kune Do. Anticipating attacks by reading hip movement? Real. It's called telegraphing, fundamental martial arts science. But here's the exaggeration. The story makes it seem effortless, casual, like Bruce was playing a video game with frame-perfect inputs. Reality, using leverage against a significantly larger, stronger, trained athlete requires immense skill, perfect timing, and physical effort. It's not magic. It's technique applied under pressure. And even with perfect technique, sometimes the bigger, stronger person still wins. Technique gives you an advantage, not invincibility. Bottom line, the physics principles in the story, real. The story itself, fantasy. Bruce Lee's mastery wasn't demonstrated in spontaneous beach showdowns. It was earned through 10,000 hours of obsessive training in controlled environments. Real mastery isn't casual, it's earned. Now let's talk about what actually happened. Real documented confrontations. 1964, Oakland. Bruce fought Wong Jock Man in a private challenge. Real witnesses, documented in multiple biographies. Bruce won, but it wasn't a knockout. It was a real fight that exposed flaws in his conditioning and revolutionized his training. 1967, Long Beach. Bruce demonstrated the 1-inch punch at the International Karate Championships. Filmed, witnessed by thousands. Joe Louis, Chuck Norris, and other martial arts legends were there. These are real demonstrations, with evidence, with credible witnesses, not fabricated beach myths with zero documentation. Bruce Lee trained world champions. He wrote books. He created a martial art that's studied globally. That's the real legacy. So what's the truth? Diana Morrison never existed. Bruce Lee never fought her. This encounter never happened. But here's why millions believed it. We want to believe the underdog can win, that size doesn't matter, that intelligence beats brute force. because most of us have been the underdog. We've been underestimated, judged by appearance, dismissed before proving ourselves. So when we hear this story, it resonates. But here's the real lesson. You don't need fake stories to believe in yourself. The real Bruce Lee already proved it. 5'7" in an era that wanted 6-foot leading men. Chinese American in an era that Hollywood only cast as villains and sidekicks. Told he'd never be a star, never lead a film, never break through. And he did it anyway. Not with beach confrontations, with real work, real training, real performances. He created a martial art, built a philosophy, shattered stereotypes, inspired generations across the globe. That's the real legacy. Not 7 seconds on a beach.